All right, Guru's in the gold room. Anyway, I did a little mountain bike ride this morning with the clucker dog. Clucker dog. She sees I'm very busy looking for something to chase. So, got my water bottle, and I peed in it a couple days ago. I don't know, maybe this is really gonna gross some of you out. It totally grossed me out, actually, just to be, here, I'll give you the view. You want the view? Someone should have the view. Yeah, so I swished Amaroli, is the Vedics would call pee. The weird thing about pee therapy is like you just start having a lot of pee around. Yeah, and it totally weirds everyone else out. Like totally weirds. Except for the animals. The animals are like, oh yeah, you figured that out? It took you so fucking long. Because the animals always have done it. Start watching your animals a little more closely. Yeah, they drink their pee all the freaking time. Monkeys do it. Humans are monkeys. So what did I notice? Well, so many of you know the mouth breathing is not a good technique for driving oxygen into the lungs, and that athletic endeavors like, climbing from the valley floor. Can you see the valley floor? It's super hazy. It's so fucking scary, man. Climate change. It's early June and it looks like the end of August smoke season right now. It's not smoky, it's just hazy, but still it's hazy because it's too dry. Anyways, too dry, so that's why you want to do urine therapies, like you rehydrate your whole physiology. So anyways, back to mouth breathing. Mouth breathing is for idiots. Mouth breathing makes you an idiot. And I don't mean to be negative. I mean to be honest. It's honest. It's why in Ayurveda or in Indian culture, and I would say probably any in-tune culture, if the baby is breathing through the mouth, the mama goes like this and puts a finger on the nose and a finger under the chin and just gently shuts the pie hole and lets the nose and sinuses and lungs do their thing and get developed in the right way. So I take a swish of Amaroli, aged 1 week, from my plastic water bottle. Yeah, bad idea. That will be replaced with glass today. Whoops. It's what I had, you guys. I mean, bikers use plastic. I don't know why. Yeah, that's probably going to be the next thing in the bike revolution, is figuring out, stop making plastic bottles, make metal, make glass. Glass would be like for people that are more able to not crash on their mountain bike, which would probably not be me. So I should go to metal. So I start swishing it, which means my mouth is closed and I'm going uphill. How many feet elevation is Lightning Ridge from Mill Creek? That many feet. I don't know. How many feet is it? 1,500? Something like that. Anyways, you're going uphill. You're going just uphill, mountain bike, single track. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And now I'm swishing my aged pee bottle urine. And the first thing I notice is it doesn't taste that bad. But boy, the vapors, the ether, the off-gassing, the sniffing, as they say in urine therapy, right? The sniffing, you sniff it, and it opens the sinuses. It opens the subtle channels into the sinuses. And this is part of the demucifying. I think we'll make up some words. When you take mucus out of the body, demucifying. It's fabulous, darling. But it's intense. For me, it was intense because then this like big clot came out of my left passage, which makes perfect sense with my left side of my body stuff. It's this big chunk of mucousy goo, slimy, thick-ish, but not like chunky, slippery, pulls into my, like straight down the back channel into my mouth. And all of a sudden it stings like hell, like hell up my left sinus channel. Like the vapors are detoxing the channel because there's stuff in there that has not seen the light of day, that has not been oxygenated. That's positive charge, not negative charge. And so the negative charge of the aged urine just starts like, the universe starts with a bang, right? Change starts with a bang. That's the energy of change. So that was going on in my left sinus passage as I was pedaling uphill, breathing through my nose. And obviously breathing through my nose, trying to get oxygen into my legs, accelerated the experience. I want to share that with you. So where am I at? I'm on day-ish, I don't know. It's June 2nd, I think. Yeah, because we crushed it yesterday at Yoga Healer. June 1st, we went in with a bang. Big bang. Yeah. Is that a coincidence? No, it's all vibration, it's all energy and all that. So then I swished it, and the intensity decreased dramatically quickly as well. Like, it was like really intense, and then it was less intense, but still there, and then still there, and still there. And now it's there. It's just open, and it's not open on the other side. So the left side cleared before the right. I may be drinking, if I'm honest with you, I guess around 6 cups of urine a day. I don't think that's low or high. Some days less, some days more. Mostly fresh, all fresh, really. I'm not really drinking aged, although I just watched some videos by fabulous Fabian, who will get on the podcast. He's kind of like the chemist guy. He's like the ultra guru in the gold room chemist guy, modern innovator, trying to figure out the science. And he's the whole, like, you know, negative ion, positive ion, negative charge, electrical charge in the body, and what's going on with the super alkalinity of aged urine. So the Buddha, I don't think many of you know this, because all my friends that I've asked who actually like study Buddhism don't know this, which is fucked up, but everything's fucked up, so there's that. The order behind the chaos. So the order behind the chaos is the Buddha's like, you basically need 5 things, and like one of them was like an alms bowl, and the other was like some rags of clothing, and one of them, oh yeah, you guessed it, was aged urine to use as your medicine. My guess is that he also meant hydration as part of medicine, because from what I can tell from the lived experience this week and the books that I've read this week, including Omad Oren Looping, it's probably the most poorly written book I've ever read. Seriously, I've read some poorly written books. I mean, I've been an internet marketer, so there's a lot of shit on the internet that I read that's like really poorly written. But boy, if you can get the essence of what the person's trying to say, then that's all that matters. And so I kind of got the essence. I think Henry's the author of that one. And his essence is like, he's doing it and he's reporting his lived experience in a very rambling way, repetitive rambling way. But that works. Like, that totally works. And from what I can tell is what happens is, like, he talks about this mountaineering trip, and he's like, well, I'm not really a mountaineer, and I was going with a bunch of mountaineers, and they all had like a big kit, and they carried a lot of food, and they carried a lot of water, and they carried a lot of stuff, and I just didn't really find I needed much, because I just lubed my urine the whole time. So I didn't need a water bottle. I just needed an empty bottle, and I didn't need much food because there's so much nutrition in my urine. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's how humans have survived through adversity. Okay. And then he tells the story of Po Lin, which is easy to remember because of lupin, like lupin your urine, but his name was Po Lin, and he was like some Chinese guy got stuck on a raft for 40 days and looped. He caught a little bit of rainwater and a little bit of mist water, but other than that, he just looped his urine, and they found him, I think it was 4 months. It's like, what, 120 days roughly? And he was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm pretty good. Yeah, dude, doing all right. It feels pretty strong. Yeah, oh, I had some rough waters, man, but I was strong. My pee made me strong. So is it detoxing me? Yeah, but it's also causing, I think the detoxers out there who are honest with themselves know about like that whole thing that happens when you detox in one way, all of your shadow issues emerge in another way. So my shadow issues around just it's kind of like how to slide on a bunch of other stuff have come up, but I think they're passing now. I think that's all like on the way out. So I fell out. I mean, really, it's like, truth be told, I fell out of intermittent fasting with this. But now I'm like, I'm going back into it because it was like so, because that doesn't work. Because that just feels like more work. And what am I noticing? Way more decalcification, I would say, of my intuitive body, the Vijnana Maya Kosha. So that's connected to the pineal gland. We need an expert on the podcast to talk about that, the connection between the intuitive body and the pineal gland. I want someone who understands if anyone knows of someone who can speak that from an Ayurvedic language and a Western science language, that would be fabulous. All right, I'm going back on my bike ride. I had to share that thing. So right now I'm going to go up is that it? Yeah, just that little hill. There's just that's Lightning Ridge. Is that true? Yeah, so over there's Lightning Ridge. Just that bump. That's all the way. And then I go down, back down, go to work. But I'm going to take a big swig of aged urine right now, and I'm going to feel, I'm going to guess I can somehow, if I can use my yogic powers, block the left side of my nostril, block my mouth, because it'll be, I'll be swishing my aged urine, as they call it in the UT community, urine therapy community. Yeah, I'm totally all in with the lingo now. Yeah, Shivambu. Is that I can maybe open that right side of my sinus. And if I can, I'm guessing that demukifying or demucification or whatever we're going to call it, someone please give me the word. It's when you turn the process of removing mucus into a verb. That's what I'm looking for. I could maybe get that cleared of it's kapha ama is what we're talking about. And it's physical, it's stuff. It is physical stuff. And then it'll start to work the energetic, and then I'll start to get to decalcification of the pineal gland. And big take home message here is I probably have to snort a lot more urine. Snort and sniff in order to decalcify my pineal gland. I know. It's all TMI these days. What a freaking view, huh? Well, you say, Wacky Dog. Bye bye. Bye bye, says the Wacky Dog.